It's the Heights Project podcast. It's the Heights. It's the Heights. It's the Heights. It's the Heights Project podcast. It's the Heights. It's the Heights. It's the Heights. It's the Heights Project podcast. It's the Heights. It's the Heights.
Oh my God, man.
Boy,
No, yeah.
Man,
Right, but Blow, just stay close up so it don't see that part. Just there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you
I
go.
can't be the pastor. We can't have that.
No.
I am not the pastor.
Welcome to the Heights Project. We got me, Beige, we got Herman, Blow, we got Tex, and we got Brick and K-Love. How's everybody doing out there?
Everybody good. Everybody
All
good.
right. All right.
Hey, how was I was just gonna say, how was the reunion, Claude?
He was lit.
He was lit. Blow, do we even need to ask what you doing?
Hey, Claude was back there cooking comfort was drunker than a motherfucker. One by one. Making it happen though, but definitely making it happen.
Hey, none of them wasn't burnt, though, Claude.
No.
We were telling people, we was like, you gotta go back around. We sorry. Keep driving. Come back. I'm like, Clyde,
Yeah.
they order, yeah. He like, wait, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So what we got planned for today, you guys? We got we got a call already. Now, one of the things I wanted to bring up and what I wanted to talk about was the fight between the two teenagers, the little black guy and the Hispanic guy, where the New Jersey cops, when they walked up, you know, from what I saw in the video, the little Hispanic boy was getting the best of the black teenager when the cops came up. They politely pulled him off and set him on a sofa. And then they roughed up the little black boy that was on the bottom of the pile. I gotta ask, you know, when does this stop? Me personally, they should have apprehended both of them, handcuffed both of them, did their questions.
The little Hispanic boy tried to get handcuffed too. They told him.
They got down to the bottom of the problem and went from there. But that's not what happened.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. Because the little Hispanic boy, he did ask, you guys are gonna handcuff me? Even
Wow.
when they interviewed him, it was, you know, he didn't understand why he wasn't handcuffed. You know, for him not to understand that, come on, man, what's going on with these cops?
Yeah, that's
it's getting
crazy.
ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know,
Well,
and-
You know,
Go ahead,
the proper procedure, me, you know, being in law enforcement, the proper procedure would be to separate both and interview both. One from one officer, one from another officer. They come together and compare their statements or what have you, but they both should have been handcuffed, not just one.
exactly.
When does it stop? When do we make it stop? You know, everybody has to be accountable for their actions, true enough, but also hold these police officers accountable for their actions, because it's a lot of hidden racism out there, and it's happening on our streets, our very own streets. So this was something that was very sad, very unfortunate, and I don't agree with it. I don't condone that. So it's just so unfortunate that in 2022 it's still happening. You guys we gotta open our eyes. We got to see what's going
to
on.
me is that sometimes not all the cops agree with what the other one is doing, but
Right.
they will literally just sit there and not say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, I'm sorry, go ahead, Blow.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was saying that a lot of it has to do with the actual call as well. You feel me? It could be, you know, this black boy is jumping on this. You feel me? And
Yeah.
they come and they automatically, you know, apprehend the black guy. I think a lot of it probably has to do with the phone call and, you know, just every aspect of that.
But you know,
What
touching
happened?
on right and touching on what you're saying about the phone calls, Blow, they need to be held accountable too, because you got a lot of people
Exactly.
out there calling, making false reports,
Absolutely.
getting black people arrested and roughed up for no reason and everything. And when they get down to the nitty gritty of it and they find that it was a false call, they need to punish these people. And some of those phone calls will slow. I ain't gonna say they're gonna stop, but a lot of it will slow down.
I agree.
If people find out that they're being punished for them misusing taxpayers' dollars, because that's what you're doing,
Absolutely.
you know, and something needs to be done to all those people that call and make false reports or make false accusations, and then something going on the other side of town where they really needed those officers because there was really an emergency. They need to be held accountable. They need to be really held accountable, because if they don't, you know, this is going to continue to happen. And unfortunately, it's our kids and our men that are dealing with this more than any other race. So
Absolutely.
So, Blow, you ain't got no breaking news? What's going on out in the hood?
Well, I do have breaking news.
Okay.
Y'all heard about Lil Paisley?
No, what's going on?
What's going
Let
on?
me tell you. Now, Lil Paisley, she's 6 years old. She's from New York.
Okay.
Lil Paisley haven't been seen or seen since 2019. So they finally got her. So what happened was grandma had her hiding in a hole underneath the stairwell in the house. The police been coming, they've been coming and searching. So they finally got this last search warrant, and they a police saw a blanket like on the stairwell. So he suspected something was wrong. So they just started ripping up the stairs. And they said they saw a little foot. No, real talk. They saw a little foot. And then that was Paisley. But guess what? This is the thing. When they got Paisley, she asked for one thing. And what y'all think that is? Let me give everybody a chance. Huh?
McDonald's.
Motherfucking Donald's. She asked for McDonald's. But this what they did. So they got a McDonald's, right? So they got a Happy Meal. Now, allegedly, this is what Paisley said when they bought her the Happy Meal. She said, y'all could at least got me a number 2. Heavy on. You feel me? No salt on the fries.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my ass back to the hole till y'all bring me a number 2. And that's my breaking news. But that's a true story though.
Oh my goodness.
True story.
Oh my goodness.
Girl, like baby under
Lil
the
Paisley
stairs.
from New York. They finally got her.
But
Oh my gosh.
Why was she under the stairs? What was she hiding for anyway? What was the crime?
Well, what happened was the parents they lost a custody battle. So they kidnapped her and took her out in the woods. I think to the grandmother's house. So all of them was in cahoots and hiding her.
Okay.
So she been in a fucking hole. You know what I'm saying?
That's why she wanted that
No
McDonald's.
school, no nothing.
Wow.
That girl wanted some McDonald's.
She wanted, yeah, absolutely. And she wanted number 2.
She wanted number 2.
I hope number 2 was still the same number 2 before she got in that house.
Right.
You know they changed the numbers on the board.
They bought her a Happy Meal.
Yeah. They bought her a Happy Meal. She said, all that
She
time
said
in
she's
the
too
hole.
old for toys.
Right, she too old.
She's too old for toys.
Maybe 3 years ago, but not now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
So that's my breaking news for the day.
That was
Hey.
sad.
All right. Thank you, bro.
All
We
right,
appreciate
Yes.
it. So our topic for the day is forgiveness. You know, and I know this is a touchy topic for some people, and you know, everybody got their own opinion and beliefs on this word forgiveness. So I'm gonna let you start it off, K-Love, because you know you and I got totally 2 different opinions about this.
Well, I was thinking about it. when I was focused yesterday at the reunion. All right, when I dropped the stuff off. I was thinking about forgiveness in the way that myself, I look in the mirror every day. So I had to come to the rationalization that I had to forgive myself because I was never gonna be like my father was. You feel me? I'm his son, and I've learned a lot from him. And a lot of people say, well, you gotta be like your dad, do this and do that and do this. But I've had to come to the realization that it's not gonna happen like that for me. I had to forgive myself, you know, for just putting myself under all this pressure. You know, my old boy left some big shoes to fill. And I'm sorry, I can't feel them. You know what I'm saying? I can feel the ones that I'm finna leave. So that's where forgiveness comes in for me, because I have to forgive myself for not, because I used to challenge myself every day, damn, your dad would have did it like this and he would have did it like that, or you ain't making the strides he made at this age and all that. So I just had to come to the rationalization and tell myself in the mirror, dog, you're not going to ever be your dad because they made one of a kind. Everybody is different.
Yeah.
Some form of fashion. And as a black man, I feel that those who've had both their mother and father with them through the journey of life, is that pressure comes because it's a name they leave behind that you got to stand up to, and you got to keep that name going. You know what I'm saying? Blow, you feel me? And it's kind of hard sometimes to stand up to that name because they don't raise the bar so high. I don't care if you on the damn trampoline, you're not finna get over it. You feel me? So you gotta do,
blow your mute. Blow your mute.
Do what you do as yourself as a man. You know, you gotta forgive yourself for not being able to reach them goals and whatnot. So
right.
It took a lot for me to like look at myself and say, dog, just be yourself and move through the world how you move through the world. You can't move through the world how your dad moved through the world.
I agree.
You can't move through the world how your mom moved through the world, because things have changed. You know, and like they went through civil rights and all that. We going through the actual, because of cell phones and all this. If we ain't have this technology, and I know a lot of us complain about it, this would not be a story for us, because we already know in the hood how it goes.
Yeah.
Right.
But to actually for them white folks to see it done to us is a difference. For my mama to actually be able to see it, I tell my mama, hey, the police did this and this to me. But for her to be able to see now what goes on, you know, I know I'm getting off the subject a little bit, but I'm just telling y'all how technology has transformed to where you got to make it work for us and not against us.
Right. You know, I agree.
Every time I have my phone ready to record, but I never know, especially when I'm riding by the police out in the hood.
Well, so you had on a little headband, you know. I wanted to.
Well, how do you know I was making a face at that? I forgive you.
Y'all lucky I ain't put my mask on.
Okay.
I went with the headband. No, but forgiveness for me, you know, I hear a lot of people. There's a lot of things that happen in my life. As a child, no, I didn't understand. As a woman now, I hate that those things happened to me, but they molded me into the woman that I am. A lot of things that happened to me, a lot of people allow those things to break them. You know, I use them as strength to better myself and move on. So I don't say in order for me to heal, I have to forgive somebody. I think time heals all wounds. In all rationality, you can say you forgive, but you ain't gonna never forget what somebody done to you.
Right.
You know right. So I don't tell them I forgive them. You know, I just said fuck it and forget them. And
forgiveness is for yourself, not for them.
But and see, that's what I'm saying. But what am I forgiving myself for? They did the turmoil.
No, you're not forgiving yourself. I'm forgiving you for being the jack that I knew you were. Because that's what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling them. So now I know how to move around you.
But that's see, that falls back for me. That falls back to the fucking forget them. I don't even move around them. I ain't even in the atmosphere with you. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them things. If you fuck me once, I'll be damned if I give you another chance to fuck me twice. It's not gonna happen. So I just And that includes family. I got family I ain't talked to in 5 years. Ask me how much sleep I lost. None. Not none. Because the Bible even tells us, or I ain't seen it in the Bible. And if somebody can find it, let me know. Just because we related doesn't mean I got the food. I don't wish them no ill will. I don't wish them no harm. Whatever God has in store for them in their life, that is theirs. Because what God has for me, it is mine. I just don't fool with people. Once you done did that, done cast it away, I sleep. I just believe with time, I've learned to not get angry about it anymore. I've learned not to, let it consume me or anything like that. All of that took time.
I mean, in a sense, that's kind of like you forgave though.
But that's what I'm saying. I ain't physically saying I forgive nobody.
You're not holding a grudge.
I think,
but I don't want nothing to do with you.
That's what time.
That what happened. That's your character. You show me who you are. I forgive your ignorance, and you even got to tell them that I definitely believe, because of the Bible also, because there's a lot of things that I do. Now, what if God be like, I don't forgive you?
Uh-oh. Why you moved over, Kayla? You didn't want to get hit?
I didn't want to get struck.
I mean, just think about it, though. I keep asking for a blessing, but no, Lord knows what I did yesterday. So, I feel like I forgive. After 30 minutes ago, you absolutely was not.
I agree with you.
Because you were real ignorant in the car.
But
anyway, I forgive you.
Gotcha. What's your take on it, Ro?
Well, with forgiveness, I think when you decide within yourself, hey, they did it to me, or whatever, like Sonia said, you show me who you are, believe them, they be good with it. But just like you said, Barbara, move on, move around them, move past them, keep pushing, because it all has to do with how you feel about you. You may say you forgive them and you really don't.
Right.
But call it what it is. Let's move on. You stay on your side. I stay on my side. You see me or you don't see me. You talk to me, you don't talk to me. But I know how to handle you now. If I do decide to talk to you or speak to you or see you, because I could say I forgive you and not mean it. So I think for me, what I do, I accept that person for who they are and what they showed me. And then I decide how I'm handling what I'm going to do with it. And I move on. If I sleep better at night, then I move on. I don't have to fool with you no more. That's period. That's being mature about the things instead of bickering back and forth, arguing and stuff like that. Forget you. I'm going on. I don't see your name on my paycheck. You're not on my mortgage. None of that. So guess what? It is what it is. Peace to y'all. I wish you no bad, no ill will, anything like that. But keep it moving. You can never run in my circle. That's it.
That's real.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, man, I don't know. I don't think I forgive. I just say I let you slide. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, yeah, I can't. I don't want no negative, no bad energy around me ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't fuck with you no more like that. I fuck with you the long way. You hear me?
Right.
I mean, you can still. We probably still friends or whatever we are. Our relationship will change because you fucked me. You know what I'm saying? And like Barbara said, you fucked me once, bitch. That's it. That's it, man. That's what I say. I say I let you slide. I let you slide.
Does it come to the point where we just deal with it? We don't even forgive them, or we just deal with the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And if forgiveness is that part that we have to deal with, we deal with it on that end. But as far as everything else is moving around, to know how we allow people in our circles and whatnot, we just deal with the issue at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I like to tell people I'm a moment person. I can cuss your ass out one moment and be dog the next moment. But sometimes you gotta get your point across, saying it a certain way so people will listen.
Mm-hmm.
Especially kids. I forgive my
kids. What people we talking about?
They put me through.
Right.
So that was part of the question about, is family an exception to the rules?
No. Them the first ones I cut off.
Yeah, family could do some. They could do some, harsh things to you.
And then I get sick of that. Oh well, family over everything. Family first. When it's convenient for y'all. That's when it's first. That's when it's over everything. When it's convenient for y'all. And what's sad is
that cut you first too.
Yeah, they cut you deep. They cut you real deep. You know what I'm saying? And I can't bounce back from that because here we got the same DNA. We supposed to protect each other before anybody. But then y'all the first ones to throw us under the bus, or the first ones to throw our name out there and trash our name. But then I'm the first one you come to when you need something.
Are you going to church right now?
You feel me? So that's I went to church then. But that's what I'm saying. We got to that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, because we could talk about this family stuff from sun up to sundown. But as Black people, and don't get it twisted, I know other families of other different color races and ethnic backgrounds and all that other stuff. They probably go through the same thing and deal with the same stuff. But I don't care about them. I'm only concerned about my Black community and what we got going on right now, because in order for us to be out there fixing something, we got to fix us first, and it got to start in our own communities. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. So Ro.
But I think with forgiveness, at the end of the day, if you feel good about the decision you made about that person who hurt you, it is what it is.
Like I said, I don't lose no sleep, so I feel good about my decision.
Yeah.
I agree.
It is what it is. As long as you can go on your job and be peaceful, you can sleep at night and whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So
I
agree.
I feel like forgiveness belongs to everybody. Everybody thinks different. Everybody handles theirs different. For me and my little faith walk, I feel like when you have pushed me to that moment to where I will hold a grudge forever. And let me tell you, I can be real vindictive. You don't want that side of me. So I have to forgive for my mental state so I can move on. Because other than that, well, let me tell you, I get dirty. Just as nasty as you did me. And I do it quietly and I do it sneakily. You won't even see it coming. So yeah, for me, I have to forgive. I don't have to deal with you. I move different around you. You ain't got to be in my circle, in my presence. Like the girl who we renting our house from. She moved real nasty. But guess what? I forgive her and I let God deal with her. She'll get hers.
Well, one thing I believe in, I believe in karma. Karma's a bitch. Yeah. I believe in
absolutely.
Karma. And what people have to understand about karma, you may have done the dirt, but if you ain't careful, that karma can come back on your kids.
It sure will. Yeah.
On your grandkids.
Yep.
On your spouse.
Yep.
So you got to be real careful how you how you treat people.
Absolutely.
If you don't, it can affect your whole family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People don't think it get that deep like that.
Right.
It do.
Yeah.
It do.
It get deep.
It do.
So Ro.
Yes.
What we got coming up for our Black History?
We have bringing in Miss Marcette is Miss Marcette Paris. She's the daughter of Johnny May Paris. Is Miss Paris in yet? Can we let her in? She's waiting. Miss Marcette, we want to welcome you to the Heights Project podcast. We're so grateful that you agreed to join us this afternoon. And if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and about your mother and what she meant to our community.
Dollar trees right
there. Good afternoon, Miss Marcette.
All right, there you go.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I
appreciate
the opportunity.
How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah. Thank you for agreeing to come aboard, Miss Marcette. I'm Barbara, better known as Beige. We got Rosetta, better known as Tex. Herman is Herman today.
Okay,
How are
Herman.
you? How are
Then
you?
we got Sonia, better known as Brick, and Claude, better known as K-Love. We welcome you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
as I said, thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited about your podcast and your goal of reaching into the community and uplifting. That's very consistent with who my mother was and the values that she has instilled in her children. And that's part of actually what we're doing right now. As I mentioned before, we have the renaming of Colonial Drive Elementary School up for a vote coming up very soon. And that's what we're working on.
Okay. And then just give us a little background about your mom and what she did for the community, so everybody can know, for those of us that don't know.
Sure. First and foremost, my mom is just that, a mother. She wasn't a political figure. She didn't have any fancy degrees. She was a woman with 8 children, and 6 of them came along just as they were planning to build a new school, a second school in Richmond Heights. And she was the person that spearheaded organizing the community and saying, no, we are not going to allow you to build the school, a second elementary school in Richmond Heights, because it's going to be a de facto segregated school. So what she was about was having educational equality for everybody. And I know we think about that now and we go, we don't think about it, and we think it's a long time away, a long time ago. It's really not. I was looking at some of the news articles from that time, and I realized that at the time my mother was sitting out there putting on this fight, I was the last of her 8 children. This was happening in June of 1965. I was born in April of 1965. So with a 2-month-old baby,
wow.
She's out there saying, no, we're not going to do this. My mom, a strength of character is how I would describe her. And the best thing is to hear what other people have said about her. It was never just about her. It was never just about her kids. It was about everybody's kids and doing the right thing. And that's basically where we are now. We're not going to allow them to erase our history. And that is essentially the environment that we find ourselves in now. There is this attempt to not talk about anything that might make a particular group of people uncomfortable. And that's not okay.
Exactly.
Right.
I agree.
And we definitely want to address that here. Like, anything that makes us uncomfortable, like, it's time to stop running from it and start addressing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I hear they extended the petition.
They did. So essentially what happened is, I have 4 remaining siblings that are still alive. We were working on getting the school renamed, working on our own proposal when we learned about a proposal that had been put in to rename the school after someone else. So we had to get moving faster before that happened. The other gentleman has his accomplishments in his own right. I think his family moved to the area in the late 70s, but doesn't really have any connection to Colonial Drive. And it was important to us because this is about the history that we have to maintain. Colonial Drive represents a historical figure. That school, that is actually the first school that was built that was intended to have an integrated school population. And I was a first generation college student, as was all my brothers and sisters. So that school was our foundation.
Yes.
And when I think about, you know, the foot soldiers, the community organizers, the people like my mother who were out there pushing to make sure that we did the right thing, well, we're not going to allow that to be erased. And that is essentially sort of the push that we're getting. When you drive past that school and you see the name, well, if Johnny M. Paris is up there and there's any student in that school, anybody else who wonders who that is, when you look it up, you're going to find out what it took for those in Richmond Heights to have the educational equality that we now take for granted, and they want us to pretend that we didn't have to fight for, because we did.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to let everybody know that the petition has been extended to March 3rd. So there will be a link on our Richmond Heights page, sending out that information. If you guys can grab it, share it to your pages.
Most definitely.
Well, so we can get this petition signed and get it into the right direction.
We
Absolutely.
would very much appreciate that. And let me just explain. My mother's involvement did not, it was not limited to just getting Colonial Drive built. That was just one of the many things that she did. My mother was the person that they called when there was a problem of a race-related problem with students at Mays Junior High after it was integrated. It was actually at the public hearing that someone came up to me and said, "Let me tell you a story about your mother." I had not even heard that story myself, I have to tell you. And that's the thing that's important. When I was at that hearing, there was a whole slew of people prepared to support the naming to someone else and did not know the history of that school. And that's what's unfortunate. My mother was constantly meeting with the school board, principals, to make sure that, because the process wasn't over after you get the school built. Any of us who've grown up in Richmond Heights, who went to some of these schools after those years and they were integrated, things were still arising that we needed to take care of and make sure was okay. I like to show this picture. It cracks me up because it says something about my mother. This is a Poor People's March in Tallahassee. My mother started the first Southern Christian Leadership Conference chapter down in Miami, and she organized people going on that Poor People's March. The little girls off to the side, one of them is me and my sister. I laughed about it because I said, I have no idea why she has me dressed up on the march. And I assure you, I know I had on some patent leather red Mary Jane. Why I didn't have on tennis shoes, I don't know.
You gotta look good for the march.
My mother has always been involved. That's the way she was built. It was never just about her family. I mean, on 1957, she was down there saying they had to integrate, and she wanted her kids to be able to go to the Air Force Base school. It got my father sent overseas, but she was over there talking about it too. And so I do want to reach out to the community. I think we have that community support, and it's just a matter of letting them know, because this history is important to all of us, and we don't want it to be erased.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Ms. Marcette, you have our support. We are in the good fight with you. We will make sure up until March 3rd, every show we do, we're announcing people to sign the petition, send out the link, and get anybody else involved.
And I'll keep posting it.
Okay.
I definitely appreciate that. And the last thing I just want to say, because I'm a long-winded person,
That's okay.
Part of the process, and I want people to know.
Well, we had
We got this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I like that can-do attitude.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
Thank
Have a
you
good
a lot,
one.
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
So, Caleb, who we got coming to the stage for Black Boss Market?
Black Boss Market. Well, we had to cancel my homework today, so
Oh, okay. So we just got one today. So we just got LaWanda Petty today.
Yep.
What's she
Okay.
cooking?
What?
You got on everything.
You got on everything she made.
You sipping out of what she
You
made.
talking about what she cooking
Oh,
Sunday dinner?
Right. Right.
What she
right,
cooking?
Patty
right.
did this?
Yes. Yes.
I'm so
LaWanda
scared.
Petty.
All right, that's my niece. That's my
Right,
niece.
right.
LaWanda.
Girl, look at us.
And she was, and she
Hey,
was,
thank you.
Much
and she
fun.
was, and she
Appreciate it.
used, and you use the good stuff too.
Yeah.
See that, bro?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right here.
She used the good stuff, Flo. She used the good
Go.
stuff.
Yes,
So, Mr. Wanda,
yes,
how
yes.
long have you been in business?
Wait, you doing the interview now? Hold
I just
on.
wanted to know something. I just something.
Barbara, you
Look,
just
look,
gotta open your
How
interview.
long you done been in business? I love these cups right here.
I'm so glad y'all love it.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
been about a year now.
About a year.
Well, I would say 2 years, but officially a year.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let us know where you from, LaWanda.
Well,
What state you claiming? What
y'all
state
know
you
where I'm
claiming?
from.
Tools.
We want to hear it though.
Richmond Heights,
Heights.
on the corner of Jackson Street.
There you
That's what I'm
go.
talking about.
Representing Jackson Street. That's what I'm talking about.
Can't get no heights, sir.
Right.
Right. Right.
So, what made you get into this, LaWanda? Why? Not just this. It's a couple of other things you do. Just in case everybody don't know, I call upon her on a lot of stuff. You know, I got my
Pull out them dominoes.
yeah, you already know. About to pull out my excuse the noise. My Miami Heat dominoes. Y'all see them?
What?
Yeah, LaWanda makes those. Yep.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold
Yeah.
on, bro.
Oh.
Look at them bones. Look at them bones.
Oh, Lord. Oh, I'm putting one in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's awesome.
Right.
That's
you
awesome.
know, but she don't make cowboy stuff, bro. She don't make
Oh,
cowboy.
yes, she do. Hold on. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. This about to turn real ugly.
Yeah. I don't think we need to go there, but
You
let's-
still
let's-
look
let's-
I'm glad TJ not here.
let's make this
Right.
about LaWanda.
Right.
And you know.
But
Yeah.
anything that I can think of, you know, where I can support her Black business, I definitely call her. And one thing I will say is she's very professional. When she
Yeah.
say we gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. I get it. You know, the shipping is great. Things come packed so nice and neat. So I want to say thank you, LaWanda. I appreciate you.
Well, you're welcome, and I thank you. I really, truly do. Yeah. Barbara called me up, and I'm like, well, let me
So,
see what I can
what other
do. And
things
she'd
do
be like,
you,
no, I know you can
what-
do it.
That's good.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
but not just that. Like she goes beyond what you asked for. You be like, okay, I just asked for something simple. And I got all this, like the what you cut
This
that
is-
with the stuff on
Girl, I done sold them all. Somebody came over here
No,
and bought my
there
last
you
one.
go,
Yeah,
right
the
there.
topper. Yeah.
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 This my topper for my cup. You know, I ain't gonna tell you what I keep in the cup, blow, but this my little topper here.
That's what's up.
Definitely doing
That's
what
so
you had
nice.
last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, it
Damn.
sit on the cup like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't
But
make it
it's
in
made
the,
for another cup. But
you ain't
it
make
sit
it
on
in the
cup like
stores yet?
Nah, I ain't got there yet.
Oh,
It's
we finna
coming.
get you there.
It's coming.
We finna
Keep
get you
working,
there.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some good
Yeah,
work.
we-
though.
I am in the future looking to get a building where I can work from, because right now I'm working in my dining room.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
I've
That's a
heard-
start. That's a start.
Yeah.
That's a start.
Make it
Yeah.
happen.
Absolutely.
I done
Yeah.
heard people start a business in their garage, and now
Yeah.
they Fortune 500 company. So
Absolutely.
I work out of there too.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what's
I
up.
work in my
So-
dining room, my garage, and in my kitchen area. Yeah.
So LaWanda, tell us what inspired you to start your business.
Well, I was in the medical field for almost 11 years, and I ended up deciding to quit, which was not an easy decision, but my husband backed me 100%. And so while I was at home, you know, I started doing a couple of other side things just to make some income, you know, to help my husband out, so he don't have to struggle so much trying to pay all the bills. And so I started doing grocery delivery. And around that time, that's when the pandemic hit. And so I knew I had to figure some way out to protect myself, my husband, because he's on dialysis, and my mom as well, because she lives with us with ailments. And so I started making masks. I don't know anything about sewing, never knew anything about sewing, but I grew up around my mom that had been sewing all her life. And so I knew I had somebody I could call on or help. And so I went to Walmart, picked up some material, and I made a mask. I thought it was hideous, but a lot of people liked it. And so I ran into one lady in the store, and she was like, "Where'd you get your mask from?" I said, "Well, I sew them." And she was like, "Oh, well, I need some." So I was like, I've never sewn, so I don't know how this gonna work, but okay. And she pretty much started pouring life into a business that I didn't think of. So I didn't see none of this coming, honestly. And
she also made bonnets.
Yeah. And it just kind of went from there. And then I purchased a cutting machine, which I realized that machine can do more than just cut material. And my sister invested in my business, and she bought me my first t-shirt press. And it just kind of blew up and went from there. And here I am today doing t-shirts and tumblers and dominoes and whatever somebody come to me and ask me to do. I don't say yes right off the bat because I'm still new at this. I'm still learning. And so, but I will put 100% in it, and I will do what I can to make that item and then just go from there. And I mean, I'm just thankful. I really am.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we are definitely grateful for your
I know. I'm so happy they came out so good, man. Let me tell y'all what now I'm starting to get into sublimation. A lot of people don't know about sublimation. I'm still learning about sublimation. And so sublimation tumblers, which this is one here. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, but this is one of them. I've done a couple of others, and then of course you all's. And it's a process. I'm starting to work on sublimation shirts where you have to have a sublimation printer, ink, paper, and your shirt has to be a certain percentage of polyester in order for the ink to adhere to the product and stay on the shirt. And so I'm still working on that. I haven't forgot about you, Barbara.
Okay.
So I'm still working on that. It's not an easy process, but I love it because it gives me stuff to do. I've always been creative. I've always done little crafts at home. And so for me, this is perfect. This is perfect.
Hey, y'all, that was my best friend, though.
Yeah.
So if somebody need to if somebody need to get in contact with you, LaWanda, what's your information? And also after the podcast, we will definitely put your information on our page.
Okay.
So that way people can look you up.
Yeah. So basically to get in touch with me right now is Facebook, TikTok at Creations by LaWanda, Creations with a K, LaWanda with the O and not an A, because everybody spell it L-A-W-A, but it's L-A-W-O-N-D-A. And also Instagram. I'm working on my website, which I'm extremely nervous about, but I'm happy about. So that'll be coming out soon. And once I get that up and running, I'll definitely be posting it and letting you all know that it's up and running.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. Awesome job.
And then I'll make sure I post your things on our page.
Yeah. And I truly appreciate it, man. It's been a struggle, but it's been a good struggle. I've had a lot of support from family and friends, and of course, you all, and it just means a lot. And, I'm working on, I don't know if y'all seen these little rhinestone. I hate this little screen. There you go. Rhinestone tumblers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sparkly.
Yeah. And then I'm working on, this is snow globe tumblers.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
You gotta put it in front of you.
Yeah,
put it right in front of you.
Yeah.
Can I get a DHP one of them?
Yeah, you gonna be rich.
You
I
know,
see
and
it.
here's the
I
thing.
see it. I see it.
When I first started selling the
Yes.
masks,
Speak,
you know,
speak
I was only
into
selling,
existence, Blow.
yeah, I was
I
only
already
selling
see it.
it.
I already know. I see
Yeah,
it.
I was only selling my mask for $5. And some people was like, why are you only selling it that cheap?
What?
For me, it wasn't about the money. It was
Right.
about making sure that I was protected, my family was protected, and even the people out in the world was protected. So it was never really about the money for me. You know, if I
Mhm.
could have gave it away for free, I would have gave my mask away for free, honestly. You know, so
That's good.
yeah, the money's good. It helps, you know, it pays the bills and stuff, but that's not ultimately my big reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm doing it for my family. You know, I have a
Okay.
13-year-old son that, you know, I want him to see that, you know, mommy is gonna go out there and hustle and do what she got to do for her family.
Right.
Um,
The legal way.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
You
Mhm.
know, work
Absolutely.
hard, show him that you're working hard, and you know what I'm saying? He can do the same as well. That's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Well, thank you for being a
stuff.
part
Uh-oh,
of our
Barbara.
first podcast.
You're so
We really
welcome.
enjoyed you, and we really, really wish your business the best. And you got our support, and you know those Facebook posters you put up, you don't have to worry about it. We'll share, put your business
yeah.
out there, get your name known. You know, one thing about it, you sitting at a table with 5 Andro people themselves. So we Andro yeah, we all got to hustle on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
You got to have a second hustle, if not a third hustle in this world nowadays.
Exactly.
So everybody, we feel you. We understand your struggle.
Mhm.
And, you know, I believe in keeping black dollars, you know, that you got our vote and our support. Absolutely.
Well, I
Surely,
definitely
surely
appreciate
do.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So anything y'all need, just reach out to me and I got
we
you.
got
We
you.
got you.
I
We
need
got
right.
you.
alone.
All
We
right.
got
Nice,
you.
nice meeting you.
Thank you, LaWanda.
Thank
You have
you.
a good
All
one.
right.
Y'all have a
Okay.
good one.
You
Okay.
too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That
So
was awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
I like
Absolutely.
that. This was up.
Yeah.
I
So
like-
saying
Absolutely.
Richmond Heights has produced a lot of success, man. It's other people out there that I definitely want to get on the podcast that I done reached out to.
Yes.
I can't wait for everybody to see the type of success that we had coming out of Richmond Heights, you know, and we just need to promote each other and just back each other up, you know, and we're promoting each other and backing each other up. Ro, what we got for the little unknown Black history? And why I say unknown Black history is what we do in our podcast. We're bringing, it's like Miss Marcette said, they want us to forget our history. We still learning some of our history. We can't forget what we haven't learned, you know, and we learning something every day. And we all can agree. Y'all two gonna stop talking about me sitting in that little corner over there. We all gonna agree, you know, when we was coming up, all they talked about was Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks.
That's it.
I was gonna say Malcolm to a certain
No,
extent, but they discuss Malcolm.
They don't want no little Malcolms growing up.
Right.
They want little Martins.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
I
That's
keep
what they
telling
want.
people, we ain't them we shall overcome and kumbaya ancestors we used to have. So you and Clark gonna start talking about me for real.
First of all, we were laughing at Blow.
Yo,
We were like his phone leaning. I was like,
hey man, hey, this shit rough. Shit rough over here, man.
It's tough for you over that Blow.
It's rough, baby. It's rough, but hey, we gonna get through it. We gonna get through it. Yes, sir.
I was like, I don't know if that's left over from yesterday or
nah. It might be.
Right.
It might be.
Real quick, Miss Marcette just texted me and she said for us to let the people know that they can also contact Miami-Dade School Board Representative is District 9, Luisa Santos. That's Luisa, capital Santos. So if I mispronounce that, I apologize. My Spanglish is not that good. So but, you definitely can reach out to District 9 also for signing the petition for Johnny M. Parrish, the name being changed at Colonial Drive Elementary. I think that's awesome, man. I think that's real awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I really want to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely.
I really do.
You know, that's real close to home. That's right over the wall. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
I used to call Colonial Drive Richmond Heights with a wall. That's all it was with me for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
so,
I
Yeah.
can say I am very happy to know that out of all the houses that's been sold to other races in this neighborhood, my grandmother's house stayed black.
right.
Stayed black. I just found out.
Great.
that my house was
Wonderful.
black.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So coming
So,
from
but what you got, bro? What you got for us for
You
coming
forgot-
from the source, Daily Black History Facts.
mhm.
On February 12, 1985, Henry Garnett delivered a sermon in the U.S. House of Representatives, the first colored man who has an only occasion spoken in our national capital. On the occasion of Congress's passage on January 31st of the 13th Amendment ending slavery. Henry Highland Garnett was an African-American minister, educator, abolitionists, having escaped his family as a child from slavery in Maryland. He grew up in New York City. He was educated at the African Free School and other institutes and became an advocate for militant abolitionism. So that's something we didn't know. You can look it up on Daily Black History Facts and read more about Mr. Garnett.
Okay. Okay, great.
All right. All right.
See what I'm saying? We still learning every day. We can't forget that history.
Right.
So we got to make sure we educating our people. You know, speaking of educating, Claude, I know you got some education for somebody. What's your little known black history?
My black history fact is Joe Jackson, the father who started off with the first black man to beat the black off a nigga ass.
Oh my God. He started it all. That damn Joe.
Hey,
You sure it wasn't Tina Turner husband?
Right.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
Yeah.
we went to the wax
That's
museum.
what
We
was
went
gonna
to
be
the
my
wax
little
museum
known
in
black
New York,
history
right?
fact.
Right.
We went to the wax museum. They had like one of every celebrity. But why Michael Jackson? They have 4.
Right.
He was of every color he ever was.
They had the
I
whole
was like, wow.
transformation.
Man,
Wow.
let me tell y'all.
They had
Only
little black
in
Michael.
America where a little poor black boy from Gary, Indiana, can become a
Right,
rich
right.
white woman in Hollywood. Only in America.
Y'all gonna
No,
leave
y'all
Michael
gonna
Jackson
leave
alone.
Michael
now.
alone.
That's right. Y'all gonna leave
I
Michael
love
alone.
Michael.
Y'all gonna leave
Look,
Michael
I love,
alone.
I
Hey.
love Michael.
I like Michael when he had the bell pepper nose. I'm sorry.
I don't care. I love Michael.
I know.
Every
The bell
transformation
pepper
of him,
nose.
I love.
Right. I stood outside of what was it on US
Hey.
for Specs Music? Was it Specs? It was Specs, right? Right. It was Specs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rosetta showing
I
her
spent the-
age. She showing her age.
Listen, I spent the night. Me and my nephew TJ, we spent the night out there trying to get some Michael Jackson tickets.
Listen.
Oh, I thought you trying to buy a
We
CS
can-
single.
Huh?
I thought you
Sit
trying to buy
here,
a
we
CS
can sit
single.
here, we can crack jokes all night.
What'd
Yeah.
you say, Si? I couldn't hear you. What song you say?
Couldn't hear you.
Oh, I thought you were trying to buy a CS single.
No. I was trying to get them tickets for Michael Jackson. And I
About it-
still, shoot, man, Michael Jackson had people falling out in line and he ain't even
That's all
performed
he
yet.
want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He ain't no pastor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Hey, but all jokes aside, we can sit here and crack jokes about Michael Jackson all day, but he was a musical genius. So
Absolutely.
Yes, he
you know,
was.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was a musical
And-
genius.
and all- and
Especially
all
when
his-
he did We Are the World.
Yeah.
And all of his music had a real deep message. If
Yeah.
you go back and you listen to all that shit,
Absolutely.
all that shit got
Absolutely.
message. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? He wasn't no
Yep.
fool.
Yep.
You know, he wasn't no fool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I can see why he wore that goddamn mask too, huh?
huh.
Hey, everybody talking
Right.
about him.
There
but
you go.
not look
Right.
at it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. And while he was in the bubble, remember he was in the bubble. Remember?
Mhm.
He
knew
knew
the
he was
pandemic
trying to
was
tell
coming.
us a lot of
They,
stuff.
they
We
were
wasn't
probably
paying
supposed to put that. They were probably supposed to put that Corona shit out there back then.
Right.
Mike got the memo. Mike got the memo.
Mike got the memo. Like,
Hey, and y'all know, Michael wore all that stuff, that armor stuff. Mike was trying to tell us something. We love the suits. We didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
We pay attention. Mike had on the whole armor of God. He showed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Daddy.
Oh,
he did. Hey, that he did. But I just wanna thank y'all for the successful podcast today. Just letting our audience know, starting next Sunday, we going live.
Going live, baby.
Hey, at this time you can't disconnect.
Right. This time I can't disconnect. Right. Hey, Blow. They do you dirty, man. They wait till you start drinking and want to go live. I saw you live screaming.
Barbara hit that lead button.
My headband and all left. My headband and all was gone.
So this one recorded. So okay, this one recorded. We're gonna put it out there again. The next one's gonna be. That's awesome, man. I had fun, man.
We got some awesome people
from the whole build up.
Absolutely,
watching everything come together.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Watching the women take hold and run with it. You know, we did our thing, Blow, but they took hold of it and ran with it. I did like.
Yeah.
My homeboy, he did the music. Next day, he know the shit already on the commercial.
Exactly.
And what the next day, it was that same.
Yeah, I said, dog, they move fast.
They don't play, boy.
Yeah. But you know, it's good to see us that we grew up together. All us know each other, man, coming together like this. You know, a year ago, I probably wouldn't have never thought of the Barbara Head Spirit, this thing, Sonya, Kevin, y'all know him as Claude, Kevin, Blow, you know, we did our thing, and I'm just looking forward, and I really think, man, we're gonna be getting some calls from some big time celebrities wanting to be on our podcast. So, you know, just our little faith like that to get this started, man. In another year, think about it, in another year, where we gonna be. I promise you. I promise you, because somebody gonna hear about us, and they gonna want to know who that crew out of Richmond Heights.
Man.
You don't know that we need to think about. We need to get a BMI account for the music. We need to get a BMI account for the whole podcast itself, because people are selling their whole podcast to these networks and whatnot.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Right. We need to be a so we won't be.
Hey, y'all know me. Y'all know me. I'm in the fight, the good fight. You know my favorite line. I'm the blackest dark skinned light person you ever want to meet. I'm from my people.
What you are?
Yes.
Why are you still claiming to be black?
Because I am.
You know, you white chocolate. White chocolate.
Like, you know, I'm in it. I'm in it to better our communities. I'm in it to, you know, bring our communities together. You know,
that's it, man. That's it.
We got a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. You know, the village. I know how I feel about the village, but that's something we're gonna talk about and bring to light, and a couple of more of our topics and what we got going on. But we got a whole line of great topics. We got a whole line of great special guests and people for the Black market. I'm still reaching out to people from Richmond Heights. Those of you who I haven't gotten to yet, please, I apologize in advance, but trust me, I'm coming.
We're gonna get
I definitely want you on here.
We're gonna get to you.
We're gonna get to you.
And next week topic, something for y'all to think about. 20 again is the name of the title.
Oh,
20
Lord.
20 again.
30 years ago, y'all.
Yeah, the topic.
20.
Yeah, the topic's gonna be
Look
what
at
would you
Blow.
tell? Right. The topic gonna be, Blow, what would you tell your 20-year-old self?
What would I tell my
so that's something to think about.
What would you tell your 20-year-old self?
Oh, Lord.
Right. So that give y'all, we got a whole week to think about.
Y'all already know what type of show this finna be.
This gonna be a live
one.
now.
Hey, y'all get I'm the famous mouth for TDJ. Get ready.
Hey,
so them two fools right there.
And no holds barred. Fuck it.
Right.
We all in.
We all in.
We all in.